Tonight, a Port Pirie op shop calling for people to ask for help rather than steal from them. And Port Lincoln's community leaders come together to talk about this city's future.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with John Hunt begins now.
Good evening. John Hunt filling in for Madeleine Kerr. First tonight, a Port Pirie op shop is picking up the pieces after being a victim of theft over the long weekend. Volunteers say donated items have been taken, with members left to clean up the mess.
A rough start to a new week. Uniting Countries Goods at Gertrude volunteers are once again cleaning up after being the target of theft. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time their shop has been left like this.
Yeah, this has been happening for a long time, especially on long weekends. People donate on a Friday, and then on a Monday when we come in, open up naturally, or just all destroyed.
The charity is urging people who are struggling to seek assistance rather than making the lives of volunteers more difficult.
In touch with the Uniting Country SA, we have a number of different programs. We're able to offer emergency relief. Just come in and see us and give us a call.
To avoid this happening again, donors are asked to drop off items in business hours. If you are unable to or have large items, Goods at Gertrude are urging people to call them to make alternative arrangements. All donations, big and small, are appreciated.
All the money that is made here goes into programs that are offered by Uniting Country SA. So basically you're helping the community. And we keep our prices low to make sure that everyone has access to it.
If you want to give back to the community, Uniting Country is always looking for volunteers.
There's also lots of other things associated with being a volunteer. You get to be part of a community, and you get to be part of good team and training, and you get to meet some great people.
Annabelle Francis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Drivers on the Yorke Peninsula have been forced to change their travel plans following a serious car crash at Bute. Emergency services were called to the scene at the intersection of Upper York Road and Moyes Road just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. It's believed the crash was a single vehicle collision. Upper York Road between Trengrove and Moyes Road was closed throughout the afternoon as police investigated. The Lower Eyre Peninsula Leadership Group has recently met to discuss community concerns in the region. Crime rates one of the main discussion points following a spate of recent incidents.
Crimes ranging from break-ins to assaults have left Port Lincoln reeling. The city's mayor says community concerns have been heard, with a meeting between local leaders taking place recently to address the situation.
The last meeting we did focus a little bit on crime, and particularly regarding the incident that happened at Tolmalay. We did talk with SAPOL, with the superintendent, and he suggested a few methods and mechanisms that the community can use.
One of the recommended methods to curb crime is using the SAPOL app.
It's a great app, includes contacting 000, contacting your nearest police station and tracking your crime.
Also helping aid in producing accurate crime statistics.
One of the things community can do is report crime, because that will build statistics, and hopefully those statistics will influence the state government to provide additional resources to places like Port Lincoln.
Council will also host a public forum early next month. Government agencies are set to brief locals on the programs they've been running and make them aware of initiatives that may assist Port Lincoln's youth.
We'd really highly recommend that the community come along and engage with these government agencies and community groups.
More details regarding a date and venue will be placed on Council's website and Facebook page once confirmed. Alison Hall, 7 Spencer Golf News.
A youth will face court after being reported for misusing a motor vehicle over the Easter long weekend. Just before 5:30 p.m. on Good Friday, police were called to a public park on Jenkins Avenue after reports of a Ford sedan doing burnouts in the car park. On arrival, police were able to stop the vehicle and speak to the driver. Checks revealed the 17-year-old held a P licence and also had 4 underage passengers in the car. The youth also lost his licence on the spot for 12 months and had his car impounded for 28 days. Meanwhile, South Australia Police is asking the public for assistance after encountering their own Mary Celeste event in the Upper Spencer Gulf. This boat was found abandoned and adrift on Monday night by a fisherman, about 8 kilometres offshore in line with Mount Young. A search has turned up no people in the area and there were no diver flags. The boat has been towed to the Whyalla Marina and is described as a 3.9 metre 2019 Pelican fiberglass runabout. Anyone with information is asked to contact Whyalla Police. A potential Wallaroo Marina crossing has been included in the Copper Coast Council's draft strategic plan. The Mayor says the 10-year document outlines future developments the council is looking to implement in the area.
Located on the pristine waters of the Spencer Gulf, Wallaroo's Marina has become a popular destination for locals and tourists. But that wasn't always the case.
When I grew up, you could walk from the beach right around to the jetty to enjoy fishing, swimming and all the activities that were available. And when the marina was installed, which has been a great attribute for Wallaroo, that access was taken away.
Designs for a crossing were proposed back in 2019, but the idea was put off as other projects took higher priority. With the 10-year strategic plan due this year, Council is revisiting the marina's future.
This is something that we think needs to go on our strategic plan, recognising that our strategic plan is from 2023 to 2033. It's a 10-year plan, so it's not something that we're looking to do in the short term.
The Mayor says Council has been hounded by locals to introduce a way they can walk from the beach into the township. With other plans like the Wallaroo Master Plan and the swimming enclosure also being discussed, she believes a crossing would fit in nicely.
I'm really aware that the ratepayers are anxious about funding such a thing, so having it on the plan gives us the opportunity to explore external funding for that bridge. There may be a commercial business that wants to get involved, there may be some state government or federal government funding.
The strategic plan will be available for consultation at the end of this year. Annabella Francis, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, Whyalla residents invited to a workshop aimed at shaping this city's future, and community grants now available for land management projects on the Eyre Peninsula. Whyalla residents are invited to a workshop tomorrow as the City Council builds one of its largest long-term development plans. With the Steel City expected to expand, the Mayor says he wants the plan to be guided by ratepayers.
It's WTF indeed. The City of Whyalla is gearing up to embark on a long-term development plan, all guided by locals.
Those members that have got that fantastic passion for Whyalla in particular, to get together, to look at the future. How would you like to see Whyalla in 10, 20 years' time?
The road to its development begins tomorrow. The What's the Future workshop will be delivering findings from the Council's annual community survey. With more than 550 responses received, some decisions could be brought forward in the wake of last week's decarbonisation plan for the local steelworks, which is expected to create hundreds of new jobs.
Yes, we've got challenges as a council and then challenges as a city that we've all got to get onto in that short term.
Leading community engagement consultant Becky Hurst will guide the event.
I want to hear from people. It's not about sitting and listening, certainly not me. It's not about sitting and watching PowerPoint slides. This is about people coming together to share their ideas and their vision for Whyalla. So yeah, it's not a business as usual workshop.
And she's familiar with the Steel City and what her expertise can bring.
I've worked with someone at Whyalla before who's seen me in action, and they've said, oh, Becky, we need you to come and help facilitate this workshop, really to help that genuine listening process happen.
The workshop will take place at the Westland Hotel from 5:45 p.m. tomorrow. Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Communities on the Eyre Peninsula can now access support to help with local landscape management and environmental protection projects. The Eyre Peninsula Landscape Board's Grassroots Grants program is now open to apply for.
Helping keep the environment happy and healthy. Last year, the Landscape Board funded 11 projects targeting a range of environmental management issues. One of them was the restoration of Wedge Island near Port Lincoln.
That grant has enabled us to take on the challenge of box thorns on the island to a far greater extent.
The $15,000 investment from the local board vital for the project.
We have taken on a big challenge with the project, and that's it's quite a large island, quite a lot of box thorn to get on top of, and so we wanted to make sure we had enough time to deliver all that we said we would.
Applications are open for this year's round of grants. The Wedge Island Management Committee encouraging people with an idea to apply. Their submission allocated plenty of time to work around seasonal conditions and availability.
In the past, we've had contractors come out and do work, but the grant also provides the island community to get out and get involved, which is really important.
Jason is excited to improve and enhance the island's environment, especially for one particular bird that calls this island their home.
Wedge Island has a really significant colony of white-faced storm petrels. They're a tiny little albatross-like bird which nests in burrows on the island, and the box thorns start to encroach in their habitat.
Applications close on the 28th of April. To apply, visit the Landscape Board's website. Alison Hall, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Broken Hill's PCYC will be heading to Menindee to run after-school programs. The organisation hopes their plans will help keep local children occupied once a bell signals the end of the school day.
It's the new program aiming to pack a punch and make PE fun for the kids of Menindee.
We are. So from term 2, PCYC will go out there every week and we'll do boxing from kindy right up to year 12 throughout the school as their PE.
The initiative isn't just about keeping students occupied after school. Organisers also looking to strengthen the community and give them a taste of the PCYC.
So we're kind of hoping that, we give them a bit of an idea of what PCY is about. Then when they're in town, they can come into the club, but also just to give them something to do outside of school hours.
Staff from Broken Hill will be making the journey to the town, with officers in Menindee also joining in.
At the moment, it will be me and another staff member, and possibly either police from here that work with us or the Menindee police will come too.
They're also considering running a school holiday program later in the year, but say they will need extra staff for that to be able to happen.
Hopefully, that's the plan. We are recruiting, so with more staff on board, that'll be able to give us more opportunity to get out there.
Meanwhile, their Fit for Life activities continue to grow in popularity.
Fit for Life's going really, really good. Our member participants numbers are going right up, so we're close to 40 every week now.
Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us. Broken Hill winds back the clock to celebrate the city's storied history. And after a tough off-season, South Augusta is ready for its first hit-out of the new SGL season. Broken Hill's Heritage Festival has returned for another year, with plenty to see and do. The event marks the beginning of the region's tourist season, which will see the city get busier heading into the winter months.
Celebrating the Silver City's gold standard heritage. The festival kicking off on Thursday evening in the outdoor area of Trades Hall. It was turned into an open-air cinema for a screening of The Overlanders, starring Broken Hill-born Chips Rafferty. The hall having a storied history, once used as a boxing arena.
I do believe at some stage they might even have enactments of boxing matches or boxing matches held there just to signify the heritage of that area.
The nighttime cemetery tour once again proving to be popular, with tickets selling out. The mayor not surprised by the demand.
Oh, not to me. Look, I think our cemetery is one of the most underutilised heritage things we have. There's so much history that is out at the cemetery.
If spooky tours weren't your thing, then you could go to Sturt Park and take a look at some vintage cars.
It was great to see the FCs and the FE Holdens in the park, about 90 odd. There was about 180 people that come to town for that. They were nice people. I think that was amazing.
It was Mr Kennedy's second Heritage Festival as mayor, and he enjoyed it as much as last year. He also believes it will continue to attract people from far and wide.
It's going to become more popular. I'm sure tourists will start coming to Broken Hill for the Heritage Festival once they realise just how much there is to do over that period.
They're now planning to do it all again next Easter. Joshua Mercer, 7, Spencer Gulf News.
South Augusta Football Club is raring to go, despite facing several challenges over the pre-season. The club has been dealing with losing key players to other leagues and teams, but says they're ready for the 2023 SGL season to get underway this weekend.
A tough summer at the Kennel. Training numbers at South Augusta Footy Club were a concern for management over pre-season. But a week out from the beginning of the SGL, the Bulldogs are growing more confident about how they will front up in 2023.
For the pre-season, just try and get the fitness up, get the Ks in the legs. Now we get a bit closer to the game to start working on the skills and maybe some game plans and things like that.
That's despite the loss of a number of senior players to other regional leagues and clubs. Souths face Solomon Town here at Central Oval on Saturday. The club acknowledging a difficult pre-season at times, but remaining positive of delivering a strong 2023 performance.
We're feeling quite optimistic. There's some new guys that have come in. We've lost a few guys to some other clubs and some in the same league. However, the fitness numbers have been quite good. And yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I think they'll go all right. We've lost a few. I think we've gained a few. So yeah, no, we'll see how things go. I think it should be right.
The club also changed how they trained, with pace and agility a key focus out on the track.
Yeah, we're focused on fitness this year. We've developed a more regimented work, focused on speed and aerobic power, and we're looking forward to putting that to the test.
The first bounce is at 12:55 p.m. for the reserves and 2:25 p.m. for the seniors. Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us. New funding set to be injected into Country Rugby League. And Ruby Cairns joins us with the latest weather details. Hello again. Outback Rugby League fans are set for a boost. In the lead up to the election, new Premier Chris Minns announced the future of Rugby League would be secure, pledging $500,000 to regional competitions across the state. It's now been confirmed this pledge will become a reality. The partnership will be in conjunction with the New South Wales Rugby League and the Murray-Parky Regional Rugby League Council. It's been welcomed by the league community, who say it will go a long way for the game in the Far West. Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather, and it was a gloomy autumn day across the Spencer Gulf today. Ruby Cairns joins us with the details. Ruby, most of the region picked up some rain.
They did, John. A rain front passed over the region, bringing a few showers and storms with it. The falls, however, were a bit patchy. Port Augusta was the wettest place, with nearly 5 millimetres of rain recorded since 9. Port Lincoln, on the other hand, recorded less than a mil. Broken Hill also had a few showers, reaching 18 degrees, Woodner stormy and 23, Kadina storms and 20. Looking more broadly at today's weather map now, 23 was a popular temperature today. Whyalla, Port Augusta and Port Pirie also reached it. Port Lincoln was 20, Cooper Pedy 24 and Adelaide was 17 degrees. Taking a look at the satellite image now, and cloud over western and central parts with a trough generating isolated showers. Clouds over the southeast and southwesterly airstream is bringing a few showers as well. Clearer elsewhere with a high pressure. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. It's set to be a breezy one. Winds east to northeast 10 to 30 knots, seas 1 to 2 metres. And a swell is south to southwest, also reaching a metre. And there's a strong wind warning tomorrow for the Spencer Gulf and lower west coast. A clearer day tomorrow on the Eyre Peninsula, Port Lincoln and Cleeve, both 21 and cloudy. Woodnar is set for 22. Looking further north now, and Whyalla residents can expect 23 and a mostly sunny day tomorrow. Port Augusta is set for a balmy 25 degrees. Kadina windy with a morning shower and 21. 22 and a possible shower for Port Pirie tomorrow, Clare 18 and showers, and Broken Hill will be sunny 25 degrees. Taking a look further through the week now, and on Thursday it'll be mostly sunny across the region. Whyalla and Broken Hill both 21, Port Pirie mostly sunny 23, Coober Pedy the warmest region 27 and sunny. It'll be a nice start to the gather round in Adelaide. The state capital will be 22 and mostly sunny. Mild again for Friday, Coober Pedy 31 and windy, showers and 25 for Port Lincoln, Port Pirie mostly sunny and 28, Broken Hill 24 and sunny. The showers do look set to return on Saturday, 24 for Port Augusta, Port Pirie and Coober Pedy, Whyalla 23, Broken Hill 25 with some rain. And if you are headed to the footy, take a jacket. Adelaide is expecting 23 and some showers. So it is set to be a bit of a mixed week, John, with plenty of sun, rain, warmth and wind in there. That's all the weather from me tonight. It's back to you.
A bit of a mixed week ahead, it seems. Thanks for that, Ruby. And that's the local news this Tuesday evening. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates later, and the team will return tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.